Hey everyone, I'm using Zoom record, so hopefully this works. I just wanted to say hello, and I hope everyone is doing good, staying safe, staying at home, and doing the best they can during these weird times. I know everyone's kind of all over the place, but don't worry, the stresses of school will be done soon, and at least then we'll have that off our plates. Oh, and we'll also have a good, something to be proud of that we did during this weird time. All right, today I'm going to teach you guys about something I found interesting, my case study, trying to catch a potential tornado inside of a thunderstorm. So I decided to do this case because on this certain day, there wasn't much weather predicted for the West Lafayette area at all, as you can see. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but we're just over there in that 10% likely of anything happening. So I was interested that there wasn't much going on. I used the XTRRA for my data to determine if the surprise storm ever produced a tornado or not that maybe someone could have missed. So first, let's talk about the history of the XTRRA itself. It came into operation for its first full day on August 15th, 2018. In fact, on that first day, there happened to be an EF0 tornado recorded. I thought that was pretty funny that on its first day of operation, it actually caught something, because it's usually not tornadoes going on over there in the West Lafayette, but surprise, pretty cool. This image was pulled up from an article talking about the opening of the XTRRA. So that would be cool to add, because it kind of shows where the XTRRA is located and where the actual tornado was, and it kind of gives a good description of the Doppler velocity, and it's showing like the little circulation going on within that. And you can kind of see there's like some backscatter and windies going on over there, and you can see our cute little hook echo in there. And also is cool because they included the county borders, which I thought was fun. So yeah, that happened at 8:10 p.m. on August 15th, which was the first day of the XTRRA coming in to operations. And this article is published by the Department of Earth, Atmospheric, and Planetary Sciences. All right, so let's dive into exactly what I went about doing for my case study. So my inspiration started to come from like a lab we did more towards the beginning of the course, where we found different variables, like looking at different variables for different radars. And then we learned how to do that for the XTRRA. And so I decided to look at this day and the supercell storm. And it was from September 3rd, 2019. And so if you remember doing that PPI lab, you can remember how many different images were created from each time we did the code. It came out with like 90 different images. So I decided to click through all of them, which took some time. And I chose the time that had the most likelihood that it could have possibly been a tornado, because they were obviously not all of them had even a chance at all. So I picked the 221340Z to look at further, because I found that that one was the closest to possibly having a tornado. So the variables I focused on were the equivalent reflectivity factor, velocity, and spectral width. So yeah, let's look at what I found. So here is, in the center is the equivalent reflectivity factor, and you can see that there's kind of a suspicious looking area. It could have had a tiny little hook echo in it. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but I'm circling it right now. And so that's what caught my eye and made me want to dive deeper into thinking maybe this could be a possible tornado that just passed by. No one saw it coming. I next looked at the radial velocity, which shows that the scattering away from the instrument. But since there's no rotation there, you can kind of see there's not much blue at all in that red area, so it pretty much shows that there's not an actual tornado present, that it just happened to look similar in the reflectivity images. I wanted to finalize to make sure I was correct in my suspicions that there was not a tornado by checking out the spectral width to see if there's any turbulence in the area that I was questioning. And as you can see there, there's not much going on there either. So I pretty much concluded at this point there was no tornado present. So in conclusion, this case study ended with the conclusion of, although there's no tornado present, there was still a decently large thunderstorm that was picked up by the XTRRA that the Storm Prediction Center did not necessarily see coming at all. It was challenging to see from the Indianapolis National Weather Service office radar, and it kind of shows that having more radars in different locations, picking up on some weather that maybe a different radar doesn't have the best view on, could be really beneficial. Where was I? I lost my train of thought. Oh, okay, so for example, by the time the radar reaches Purdue, the beam is already angled so high that maybe it could have passed over something that was lower down. And that's why it's cool to have our cute little XTRRA there, because we can catch stuff that's lower to the ground, because once the Indianapolis radar reaches us, it's kind of tilted up a little bit, so it might not catch lower down things. So it can help us patch in some mystery places of interest, if you want to call it that. So yeah, that's what I figured out about my case study. And here's my little quiz that I made. And if you got to see if you guys were paying attention to my lecture or not. So I will send out the link, but just this comment, I couldn't customize how many questions there were. I could customize the questions, but this website I used is usually made to make like a little "how well do you know my friend" quiz. So if it says anything about that, that's why. But I changed the questions to become questions about my presentation. So I'll send that link in the Slack. And also I added a few random fun fact questions about random things. So so there's not actually a total of 10 questions that would go towards your score. It'd actually only be 7. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing well, and I hope that you're doing okay during these uncharted waters. Hopefully I'll be able to see you guys all again. I hope you stay safe. And I just wanted to bring my references, last thing, just to make sure I reference those pictures. That first one is from the Storm Prediction Center, and the second one is from that article I was talking about with the XTRRA. All right, guys, I hope you have a good day.